What's up everyone, Nakamura here. In this video we'll talk about Kronos versus Odin in Deathmatch. So Kronos, pretty aggressive god, right? So we're gonna use him on ideally the smaller maps or the forward TC bigger maps. What we want to do against Odin is stop them from basically getting big, right? We are gonna sit on their third town center and not let them grab it and just get as much kill to death as possible, as much map control as possible. Now, for the God Path, we are going to take Leto because spiders have been buffed in DM. There's 6 of them spawning actually, and you get some pierce armor from the Volcanic Forge tech, so that's pretty nice stuff. We're gonna go Hyperion, mostly for the Heroic Renewal tech, which is gonna make our heroes regenerate, very useful for citizens. And obviously the Chaos is a fantastic god pair. And we're gonna go Atlas last. Now, Helios is really the staple of Deathmatch, but this matchup is different. It requires Atlas. I don't think you can win without it because they just freeze your vortex. So anyway, we're gonna use Implode to make sure that that forward TC of theirs stays down. We're gonna use Argus to trade away with their Frost Giants. They're gonna want to use Frost Giants to deal with our Fire Siphons and the Argus as well, of course. They would make them for the Heka Giants anyway, which would nullify the unit. So yeah, Argus is going to trade with them. Now, Odin is most likely going to go Heimdall, which with the Undermine, it can deny a town center or get rid of your tower spam. They're also going to have strong walls. They're going to go Skadi for the Frost and the Frost Giants, like I said, and they can go for either way with their Mythic God. So let's take a look at this example game against Houdini. Let's keep that Fog of War on. So at the beginning, we just turn all the villagers into heroes, start the temple. One of them will do the manners. And we also turn our oracles into heroes and go and pick up the relics as quickly as possible. And then the Deathmatch patch, the relics are always good, so you don't necessarily need to read, as you have enough oracle heroes at the start. You make some extra from the temple, and these guys are gonna go and harass. We're gonna go and build between the third town center, the second settlement, and the closed settlement, as this makes sure that both of them are kind of protected, and then we can still push forward. Now, this is a pretty aggressive oasis, so we're gonna be looking to deny this town center, like I said. The buildings here are triple military barracks and a counter barracks, so we're gonna make Murmillos primarily. And there's the market. We're just gonna make sure that we have one extra manor coming up. We're gonna start making palaces. This guy should actually be making a palace right now, so that's a little bit of a mistake from me. But yeah, basically you want one citizen each, and also we're gonna time shift forward a tower to start making sure that this town center is gonna remain unclaimed. And in fact, we should also send forward one of these citizens to further build here and just make sure that the production is close and that Norse is not able to easily grab this area. So there's nothing here, which is kind of suspicious, right? But then the oracles gain some line of sight, and I see that there's longhouses here, and immediately we jump on top. There's a hill fort being made there, and it's pretty obvious that the Norse player is actually trying to secure the second town center quickly. So for the Mythic God, we're going Atlas, like I said, and we immediately auto-queue the Guardians of Isle. We didn't make any of the other Myth units, so they're just the free ones. We're also going to make Cairo Ballista, by the way, and it's still just Murmillo auto-queue. We're going to auto-queue a set of Fire Siphons, and then from the other palace we're gonna make a batch and then transition into infantry. And yeah, I did bring that citizen forward. I could have done it earlier, so that is a little bit of a thing for myself to improve upon. Actually, broke through one of the hill forts. Now in the DM patch, Odin can actually make 10 hill forts, whereas without it's only 8, as DM has a reduced defensive building count. Siphon can clear up side builds from the Norse, always very scary to deal with, but should be solid if you keep an eye out. You might as well just spread like one Murmillo on each corner to double make sure that nothing bad is happening. Now I tried to use a Cairo Ballista here to get a denial on the town center, but Houdini was prepared with some towers. The settlement is being built here. We are making extra citizens to speed this up. I tried to turn the new ones into heroes as they build significantly faster, and obviously they're significantly tankier as well. So this one is a little slow, but we do have 4 palaces to secure it with. And our frontal push is a complete success. We've even gotten a deconstruct on this. We're gonna get a slight delay here. So just sacrificing some units so that I can make more buildings on the front line. Yeah, just keeping up with the same composition. Should be stopping the Murmillo production soon though, but since we've seen so many Ulfsarks, I've just kept it up. Also put a spider here, hoping that it would hatch, but not many of them did actually, so that's a little unlucky. Could have put it here instead. Now we could fast forward this a bit. We're gonna start production of citizens here. They can be our wood gatherers, as we're gonna be using a lot of wood on fire siphons and buildings. Trying to go for another little denial here with the heroes. And yeah, we're really not getting much done, so I'm just backing off, and I think this is a good time to fast forward. I also tried to make sure to cut into Houdini's trade up there, but then I spotted this side build, which is scary. And it turns out there's a lot more than I thought, and Houdini's already making the ramps, and that actually kind of crashed through everything here. So what are we doing? We're just gonna keep this front alive as much as we can, bringing some units home. This TC is forfeit. There's no way to save it, even if these citizens instantly react, which they didn't. This is always very scary when they use Undermine to break all the towers. Ballista are really scary when you play against Odin, so that's why you really wanna not let them complete that third TC. And yeah, we're just gonna fast forward here. Brought over the fire siphons so that we can break this, but Houdini freezes it and goes on to do some damage in the main. We've got more siphons though, so we've got a hell of a building clearing squad ready to go. And yeah, we're just gonna blaze through this. Main TC is obviously not going to be lost. Spiders, making sure that not a single citizen dies on our side. And yeah, a lot of fire siphons, right? We gotta use Implode here, which also actually got rid of a lot of Ballista. Man, that play fast is fast. So yeah, we're getting rid of a lot of Ballista. I'm pretty sure that Houdini tried to build more things there. But Implode will reset the TC. And also, it's really dangerous against Ballista, right? So he tried to bring them forward. There's a lot of Ballista corpses, so you can definitely tell. We've done a lot of damage. Look at the resources right now. It's pretty even, but we have a lot more economy. Houdini is trying to go for a short trade, so we're walling off all the sides. And from here, a really strong play is to constantly time shift into the trade. There's very little that Norse can do about it. They have to always devote units. And we're going to be up by 20 population in a moment once this TC completes. And until then, we're just happy to trade away. By the way, Argus versus the Frost Giants, they are equal in animation length. So if you click them on each other, they'll do their specials on each other. Both of them affected, but the Frost Giant obviously dies, whereas the Guardian only gets frozen. Getting a little bit of ground here because we're equal population. Like I said, you do not want to be equal population against Odin. They're too good if it comes to that. But luckily, you have a lot of tools to deal with it, like the Implode, like the Initial Flood, like the Time Shift, like the Fire Siphons. So, yep, that's pretty much all there is to the matchup, guys. Making some Arcus now, as there's still a lot of infantry and not a lot of Huskar. He's not going to be able to use Ragnarok, as he doesn't have a sufficient population count. And we're just going to keep trading away, just keep trading away. We kill the market up there. Every time we kill a Frost Giant for an Argus is a great deal for us, because it takes away all the tanking power. One Contarius in the trade allows us to time shift. We've got our own trade ready to start in a moment. We're getting a little bit low on food actually, so transitioning a little bit into wood gathering, and there is the tower time shift. There is once again a frontal push from me. At this point, your objective is to simply cut the trade, hurt the economy, keep them on 2 TCs, keep time shifting. Just gonna play through fast just to see what happened. Trade is up. It helps to make some extra markets because you might lose them. I actually ended up making one here because this is just dangerous. It's open. Norse can make units through. More time shifts, as I said. And yeah, the fire staff can just keep clearing the buildings. We keep killing the dwarves. We know about these as well. Didn't commit too much to it as a trade is way more dangerous, so to say. But now I notice he switched because I have the wall, right? So that gives me vision. Time shift right into it. The army is around. There is not much that they can do about it. And this also allows us to grab the 4th town center. That should be his 3rd. And with that, once we reach 180 population, we just put the Argus into trade. In the DM patch, they can use their specials on caravans, which allows them to just decimate it. Good defenses by Houdini, but yeah, I did hit 180 population, and that's going to be the end of this game. As he's completely out of resources. So that is Kronos versus Odin. This is how you solve the matchup. Otherwise, if you don't do this kind of aggressive play, you just kind of get pushed off by 30 ballista and you can't do anything about it. So yeah, do keep them on 2 town centers. Do the best you can with your aggression. Be cost efficient. Time shift a lot. That is the trick. So hope you liked the video. Make sure to subscribe and I will see you in the next guide. Peace.